So Prime just got blown off the side of a mountain and understandably is a little shaken up. Although more importantly, someone was in the mine, someone very precious to Prime who could be hurt.
Roller. What happened to him?
That's right, Roller. Well, thank goodness Roller's okay. You ever tried to sell a Prime without a roller? It ain't pretty, let me tell you. After Prime is eventually able to transform again, he suddenly remembers that Bumblebee and Sparkplug were in the mine as well. So the Autobots start digging, and the Autobots do eventually find them and pull them out. Well, it looks like the Autobots won and the Decepticons have been buried forever under all that rock. Wow, this definitely was a short episode. And I must say, a pretty lackluster way to finish off the TV show. Oh wait, never mind. So the Decepticons, with their Energon cubes, are able to fly away. But as they do, one of the Autobots, namely Ironhide, is getting pretty sick with a string of defeats and decides to go after them. Bluestreak gives chase and tries to talk him down. However, we quickly find out that Ironhide is a Texas redneck transformer and just starts shooting at them. The Cons, not having any of this, give him the old reach-around manoeuvre and shoot Ironhide out of the air. And he seems to have sustained a similar injury to what Bumblebee sustained in the first episode.
Where'd you get hit?
Back in somewhere. Think my is busted.
I'll check it.
Once again, I hope it's not too serious. Anyway, back at the Autobot base, Hound is teasing Ravage by starving him, singing off key and creating holograms. But this also gives Hound an idea, which he pitches to Prime. In the next scene, Hound is telling Mirage about a secret rocket fuel base, and he also gives precise map locations very loudly in front of Ravage. As they go for an energon break or something, he drops the keys and Ravage is able to get out of his cell. The Autobots give chase, but unfortunately Ravage is able to get away. The Autobots relay Ravage's escape to Prime, but apparently this is part of his plan all along. Of course it would be nice if he let them in on the plan. Megatron and Starscream then verbally have it out yet again.
Scheduled, aren't we?
No thanks to you, Starscream.
I've made my contribution.
You've also made clear your desire to replace me as leader of the Decepticons. Mistake number one.
It's time for a change, Megatron. It's time for action, not words. I am the leader of the future.
You couldn't lead androids to a picnic. How can you pretend to lead the Decepticons?
You know, I'm getting pretty sick of this back and forth between those two. I just wish one of them would do so. Oh shit!
It's empty.
You failed to dispose of me when you had the chance, Starscream. Mistake number two. Now it's my turn.
Please, don't fire. I was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. Please don't shoot. Megatron! Megatron!
Hound makes the fake holographic base and the Decepticons then attack it. The Autobots, shedding their brilliant disguises, fight the Decepticons, but they soon discover something's wrong. Yes, it turns out they built fake Decepticons just to mess with the Autobots. I mean, pretty much that's dedication. They could have just not gone to all that and just not turned up. The Autobots would presumably just still be waiting there. But then how would Megatron rub it into Prime's face that the real Decepticons have been attacking the real rocket base? The Autobots then decide they should just attack the Decepticons outright at their base, which is probably what they should have done from the very beginning, as they found out where it was in the first episode. We cut to Megatron and Soundwave, doing a thing.
So close, Soundwave. So very, very close.
When the Autobots encircle the Decepticon base and then transform and attack, just as the Decepticons are about to board their space cruiser. We then get a pretty satisfying fight between the two factions. I mean, we've got aerial combat, Soundwave ejecting stuff, Hound fighting Rumble, Megatron and Optimus fight, hell, even Spike gets in on the action. But ultimately the Decepticons are able to get to their ship and blast off. Prime, deciding it's not over, takes Sideswipe's rocket pack and goes after them. But unfortunately the Cons turn up the gas and they blow up his ass, and he comes tumbling back to Earth. So it looks like Megatron's got the last laugh. Or has he?
Not yours, Megatron. Mine.
I see that you have learned nothing, Starscream.
Wrong! I've learned a great deal. I won't miss this time.
Beware, Starscream. If you dispose of me, there will always be someone waiting to dispose of you.
Let them try. I've waited for this moment a long time, Megatron. And my time is now.
But just before he shoots, Mirage reappears, having snuck on the ship whilst invisible, shoots a console. Starscream shoots him, and then Megatron shoots him. However, that console Mirage shot at was pretty darn important. In fact, the whole ship starts losing control because it's not working anymore. So it looks like it's the Decepticons' turn to come tumbling back to Earth. However, just before they do, Mirage is able to bail out. As the Autobots watch the Decepticon ship crash land, the Autobots, now deciding that the danger has passed them, decide to repair their own ship and go back to Cybertron. Spike asks his dad if he can go along, and by now we should all know Sparkplug's rough and tumble style approach to parenting. We later see Spike writing in his dream journal again, as he tells us that Saudi Arabia, grateful to the Autobots for crushing the rebels, have donated some oil to help fuel their ship. So that was the end to the 3-part intro to the Transformers, and wow, what a wild ride it was. Certainly a lot happened. But in the end, the Autobots prevailed, and the Decepticons were destroyed, where they'll never bother anyone ever again. See you in the next episode!